Hola mis serenitas, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Chiquita Serenita, and today we're gonna do a review of the Beauty Bay Botanical Palette. Now I've had this for a while, but today I just got a chance to play with it, and I actually really do like it. I like the greens. Obviously that's what I have on my face right now. That is the packaging. That's how it comes. It comes in this little carton on the packaging. The back just says embrace the calming side of natural world with the botanical palette, featuring 20 matte metallic shimmer shades ranging from energizing greens to molten neutrals to soft browns. This palette is perfect for all of your nature inspired looks. When you take it out of that, it has this beautiful, I don't know how to say, it's like brush stroke type of thing going on. Really nice 20 color palette. These are the ones that I typically get. Every time Beauty Bay releases a 21, like 20 shades, those are the ones that I buy. I think the last one they released, I can't even remember, y'all. But every time that it's a 21, it's like I'm there. I buy it. The bag doesn't really have anything. It just has a little cruelty-free vegan type of stuff. When you open it, it does have a nice size mirror. All of them, the 21s, have mirrors like this. It does say botanical right here, and these are the shades in there. So I would say if you like this type of story, color story, then it's really nice. But I felt that it was just okay. It's still a really nice palette. Like, I like the colors. The look that I did today is really, really nice because I love greens. Greens just call out to me. But this one's actually kind of cool. It has like this dual chrome thing. It's like almost gold, and it looks kind of green brownish. I have it as an inner corner highlight. It's really, really nice. I would have wanted this color maybe to be a little bit more darker. I didn't get to try it, but it's like an ashy taupe around there. This one's a really nice brown. I think they should have kept this brown, and then they could have done this one out and gave us like a really deep dark brown. And definitely take that out. Who is that gonna work for? I don't even think some of my most palest viewers would. You know, some people like, to me it's just, why they could have took that out and they could have gave us at least a black. Either a dark brown or a black would have been so nice, because then it makes it more workable for an everyday type of look, not just giving us completely color. This one is super, almost like an light pale ash gray. I don't see how it works in this palette. But the other one's like, I like that one. I did do this one today. I used, let me just tell you guys what I did on my eyes. So I used this one that's called Oak as my transition shade. And then I used After Artichoke as my, like right here in the middle. Right here in this area, I used Amazon, this one. That was like right here. And then right here and right here, you know, to create like a halo eye look, I did use Myrtle, which is a dark matte green. It does look darker in person versus how it's showing up on the viewfinder for some reason. I don't know. But down here, I used Ripple. This one, Ripple. This is like I would call it like a pewter gray, but it is a shimmer. Shimmers in the Beauty Bay formula, y'all, chef's kiss. They're like buttery, smooth, soft. They just go on. Honestly, I know at some point somebody's going to give me crap for always using my finger to apply the shimmers in pretty much every palette. But I feel like shimmers apply better with my finger. That's just me. Versus if I use like a brush. And these ones apply so beautifully with the finger. I've tried them with brushes, and I feel like you can get more oomph, more like pizzazz if you use the finger versus the brush. But it's everybody's choice whether you want to do that or not. Don't take my word for it, okay? And then my inner corner highlight, I used this one right here that's called Waterfall. And that is like a duochrome. I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera. It has this sort of reflex between a gold, a green, and a brown shift, sort of like that. I don't know. I love the palette. I feel like they could have done a little bit better by giving us like a dark brown, a black even would have worked in here. If anything, the dark brown, just the dark brown. I can let go and not accept that it doesn't have a black, but there are at least four shades that will not work for my skin tone. So I know if those ones will barely show up on me, then they definitely won't show up on someone who is darker than me, right? And that's what I'm saying about being versatile. The one that I used for my transition shade, this one, Oak, that one was good. It worked perfectly for a transition. Now for like darkening the right here, like, you know, the edge, giving you a smoked out eye look, that's not gonna work for people who are my skin tone or darker. It barely works for a transition shade. So if you were looking for something to smoke out your eye, this ain't it. That's why I said it needed something darker than that. That one barely worked for a transition shade for me. Either way, I'm gonna post the I'm gonna put up a TikTok video hopefully within the next couple days. When I'm editing this, you guys will see the TikTok video first, and I'm gonna post the eye look so you guys can see me applying that transition shade. I mean, it shows up, but I'm just saying, like, if you're looking to smoke out, that's not it. It'll work for someone who's lighter than me. I'm pretty sure it'll work, but girl, it didn't really work for me. So let's get started on the swatches. Like always, you guys know, if you've seen my videos before, I always start right here and I go clear across each one of them until I get to the end of this palette, okay? And let me take off my ring because my wedding ring always gets in the way. It's sort of like it prevents the camera from focusing on it. So I try not to wear it when I'm doing videos. So the first one is called Lily, and this is just a very flesh tone matte. Look at that. It's just like a peachy flesh tone matte. Beauty Bay's mattes are really soft. Really, they're like pigmented. That's why I love this company. I hope they never change their formula, because honestly, I love their formula. Look at that. Next, we have that Myrtle shade, the one that I said I used it like a little bit right here and then mostly right here to sort of like smoke it out this way, and then some over here too, right? I used for that. It's showing up super soft and light on my hand right here. So I have to apply it several times just to even get any type of color. I had no problems with it on my eye. It could be just, you know, sometimes swatches performance are way different from the eye performance. So I'm just going to take it as that. Leave it up to your guys' discretion whether you think that's bad or good. I don't know. Next we have Waterfall. This is that one that I said I used as my inner corner highlight. It is really pretty. Like I said, it has that shift. I'm going like this and I can see gold and green and this. I don't know if that's purple or grayish, but that looks super cool. I'm hoping the camera will be able to pick up that shift for you guys. Next we have Mushroom. Mushroom is one that I thought about using it as my transition shade before I decided on the other one. I think it still would have worked as a transition for me because it comes out on my skin tone. It looks like a taupey brown. So I think it still would have worked, obviously. But I don't know. I saw it and it looked a little too light for me for my taste anyways. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to take a risk. I'm not going to do that. So that's it. And it's a matte. Now we have Lightning. Oh my God. Look at Lightning, you guys. Is this super metallic silver? It's a shimmer. I love these shimmers from Beauty Bay, man. They deliver. They don't lack luster at all. I'm not even sure how many palettes I own from Beauty Bay, but I know I own at least 6 palettes around there. I don't know. I've always liked to get their Valentine's ones, and they always do like fall ones, winter ones. I'm just like, don't judge me. Next row we have Matcha, And this is the super light green. I thought about using this one, but I wasn't too confident that this matte was going to show up on my skin tone. Even with, you know, the eyeshadow base that I use the Anastasia one. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to risk it. Because if it doesn't show up as pigmented as I would think it would show up, I don't know. I didn't have a lot of faith in that shade. I'm sorry. That is a matte. And then Artichoke. This is the one that I said that I used right here in the middle. This is such a beautiful... It's like a mossy green, but it has that metallic sheen to it. So when you put it on, it's going to stand out. It's basically going to drown all the other shades that you have on your eye. Next we have Sea Moss. This is such a beautiful coral. It's like an orangey coral matte. I love these type of colors, honestly. I've had shirts that I buy specifically because they're this color. If I would have, you know, been in that type of mood, I think it just depends on what mood I would have been in. I would have totally went for this shade. Now we have Savannah. Savannah. Oh my God, I just swatched it. Look at that. It's like a metallic baby pink. You know those really light baby pinks that look like blush pinks almost? That's what it looks like in person. That is gorgeous. Jesus, why didn't I use that today? That is so pretty. I love that. Inner corner highlight, main color on your lid. That would look beautiful either way. Now we have Eggplant, which is a random purple. They decided to add in there. I'm not mad at that. Look at that. That's one. That is just one swatch. And it did not come to play. Look at that. Now it does feel a little dry. I think that's the only problem that I felt right now when I was doing the swatch. But other than that, I would say be wary. It might stain because, you know, those darker colors tend to stain a little bit more than the other ones. I don't find it necessarily bad, but I'm leaving it up to your guys' own judgment, okay? In the next row, we have Ripple. And this is that one that I said I used down here. And it is such a beautiful, just dark gray metallic. It reminds me of this just like rock and roll gunmetal gray for some reason. Look at that. If you love those type of tones, yeah, definitely that one. That one's pretty. And now we have Pebble. Like I said, Pebble is a light, super light gray matte. I just don't, I don't know. I don't feel the need. I don't want those. I can't use those type of shades. I wouldn't know how to use them on my eyelid, let alone, like, why would I want it in a palette? But whatever. I'm not the maker of these palettes. So there goes that one. Pebble. Canyon is up next. And ooh, Canyon is this orange metallic shimmer. It's like a between an orange and like a peach. Buttery soft. Now we have Oak, the one that I said I used as my transition shade. You know, it might be able... You know, someone who is probably lighter than me, that would totally work as, like, you know, to smoke out, like I said earlier. But it just didn't... It worked a perfect transition shade. I just don't think it would work for smoky. That's not dark enough for me. I need a... Look at that. You see how it is on my skin tone? It's a nice brown, but it's not dark enough to smoke out the outer lid. So that's why I said I need an espresso brown. And if they could at least put that in here, and you don't necessarily need a black. As long as you have a brown, you don't need a matte black, because there's just no necessity to have both. I mean, it's nice to have both, don't get me wrong, but one or the other would have worked perfectly fine in this palette. Now you have Amazon. I just love this shade. I don't know why. It's like a nice shade. A nice sage green. And it's got that little metallic sheen to it. I just love it. I was like using it earlier. I used it right here in this spot of my eyelid. And like I said, this one right here completely took over of this one. So definitely, I would say don't put those two together, because the one that's going to stand out is going to be this one. It's going to be that one that is called Artichoke, because that one is just more. See how this one right here? That's the one that I have in the middle. That one completely overtook the beauty of this one. And it's like, who is Amazon? Amazon got lost somewhere in the background because Artichoke drowned her out. Here, look. It's still a very beautiful green, especially if you have like a light green. This one matches more of like my shirt that I have on. So definitely, it's still a very pretty color. I still like the way it looks on my eye. It's just Artichoke just took over completely, man. In the next row, we have Ash, which is like it's like a dark gray matte. I mean, I guess I could still use it. For some reason, you know, when it comes to cool tones, especially when it comes to gray, I feel way more comfortable rocking these type of shimmers, because I know I can work them. But as far as like grays like that, I'm iffy about them. Some grays look totally nice on me. They look really, really good. Other ones wash out in my skin tone, and it just horrible. It's a horrible thing. I don't know why they look horrible on me, but I have had some good grays that I'm like, oh my god, that's such a beautiful gray. But definitely this one, I don't know how to use it, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really partial to that shade. But everybody, okay, to each their own if you like it or not. Now we have Fall. Oh my god, look at it. Fall is such a beautiful, like, bronze. Look at it. Like a bronzy brass type of metallic shimmer. I'm here for that one. Oh my god, that is gorgeous. Definitely for my neutral people who love those type of tones, that's a really pretty one too. Now we have Clay. Clay is just this rust red matte. I mean, I think it's perfect fall color, but you know, I'm gonna let you guys decide. That's a really nice, it's like a rust red matte. Perfect fall color, you know, if you like those type of shades. Then we have Quartz. Oh my god, I wasn't expecting that. That is like I don't know if that's called a, it looks more like a trichrome, I would say. Not like a duochrome, obviously, because it looks like 3 different shades. It ranges from green to pinkish purple almost. And then like a bronze. I don't know. That's really weird. But it's cool. Look at it. You guys see that shift? It's like a pink, purple, and then like a green. And almost like a bronze brown, depending on how you move it in the light. And then last we have Dune. And Dune is just this fleshy tone brown. Definitely like a light, I would say between a brown, a light brown, and a light pale pink. Matte. It's not something that I would wear. So that's that. And that is all of the shades in this palette, you guys. Hopefully I was able to help you guys decide whether you want the palette for yourself. Honestly, do you need it? Probably not. But I don't think it was a bad palette. I think it has some potential. Definitely, I would say use with another palette that has like a dark brown or a black for, you know, for my viewers that have my skin tone and darker. You just need that. You need that option. For someone who's lighter, I think you're not going to have any problems with any of these shades. It really comes down to my viewers who are like me and darker, because it just won't work. Some of them won't work, and for everyday looks especially, this is not really an everyday palette. This still has a lot of color in it, but you need to have that option to have a darker to smoke eye look and stuff like that. This ain't it, but I love Beauty Bay. I love their formula. Their shimmers are so buttery, and I never had problems with their matte. So The formula is good. The price is good. I think they raised it. So it used to be like 18 bucks on there when I first started, you know, buying their stuff. I think right now it's like 22. I'm not sure. I'll put the, you know, information down there like I always do, the price, to let you guys know how much it costs. But other than that, it's really your decision. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money, but I think it's not a bad palette. It's definitely not a bad palette. But don't buy it if you don't need it, okay? So I'm going to let you guys go. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified each and every time I upload a video. Until next time, stay warm, stay blessed, and stay magical. Bye, you guys.